tunnel just a bit crowded today. Probably the only way they could sneak in the near 500 million that are expected to watch this.
But you never ever stop feeling nerves. They'll have butterflies the size of seagulls in the stomach, even though they'll be World Cup winners all the way throughout. In this hallowed crucible of footballing history, a new era begins with the Clasico. New coaches, new faces. Look at this place, it'll give you goosebumps the size of coconuts. In this cathedral of football, Messi will try to reinvigorate this Barcelona team who haven't been hitting the operatic high notes against Real Madrid, who come in with a really brave attacking lineup for Ancelotti. The Royal Whites enter this place and it holds no fear for Cristiano's men. They've been absolutely magisterial against Messi in this Forza Tito Villanova emotion. Is that going to be enough? They'll have to live up to the legends of Kubala, Romario and Cruyff. And on the other side, of course, Diego Armando Maradona. Whereas Real Madrid's gods of the game, Alfredo Di Stefano, leading the most, and Zidane, Raúl, and this is what Barca's going to come after that legendary Real Madrid team with.
Bit of a surprise, Carlos Puyol, expected to be on the back line, instead starts on the bench, as does Pedro. Here's how they'll line up. Gerard Piqué joining Mascherano, hoping for better than they saw against Milan. Iniesta and Xavi, both were told one of them would be resting. They won't. Neymar, Fabregas, and Messi on the front line. There is chess going on here. We'll explain it, but both of these coaches rolling a bit of the dice. Alberto Undiano Mayenko, the freshly 40-year-old referee from Pamplona. Everyone expected Mourinho to leave and Ancelotti to step in, but that illness that struck Tito Villanova opened the door for Gerardo Martino, and all he did was get Barcelona off to their best start in history.
Good look at the Welshman, his first Clasico, and as we said, nerves will be jangling. They've seen it all before, Phil. These two clubs with these absolutely world-class players on both sides of the field. Varane stepping in a big, big way. He's been absolutely wonderful, the French international. But Cristiano and Lionel Messi, two players that will join the likes of Diego Armando Maradona and Zidane on Mount Olympus footballing legacy. They can leave their imprints here today. They're going to be crucial. The big issue here today is who's going to take their chances. Real Madrid with that three-headed Hydra attacking Barcelona suicidally high back line. That's what Ancelotti wants to see. He wants to see penetration behind this back line. If they can get the ball away from Barcelona, they will try. Messi.
Stepping in, Modric, chipping it over the top.
It's a good ball.
Deflects far side, Neymar, the Brazilian with his first touch. Dragging Khedira inside. Passed off to Ramos. Modric with a poke. And now a battle between the two Brazilians. Marcelo said he loves Neymar, but he wants to win more.
It's going to be a big, big part of this cat and mouse game. And who's the cat and who's the mouse? I'm not so sure. And Victor Valdez is the pivot. Good ball.
Trying to sneak it through, but there are the long legs of the young Frenchman Varane. Up steps Adriano, though. Weapon after weapon.
That one wrong.
Into the center, Iniesta. Finds Neymar. Back to Iniesta. Sneaks it in and even caught Neymar by surprise.
Well, it did.
The Man U talk at the beginning of the season, just a misunderstanding.
Wonderful sharpness to this game. Barcelona looking very, very sprightly, but great defending by Real Madrid in the early going.
At the edge of the 18, it's Neymar. He can shoot from there, tries to pass, deflected over.
As if it was a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Piqué wiggles around the challenge of Bale. You can see Bale actually the one in the center of the park right now for a Samson thing, because he's probably been the defender that's benefited the most from Ancelotti's arrival. 10th minute, challenging again, Varane.
Again.
Flipped nicely by the former Gunner. Wide for Neymar. respect from Real Madrid.
From the Dark Invader.
Valdez will switch. Here's Neymar. This is why they brought him in. Oh. Neymar sneaks for Fabregas. Back to the top for Xavi.
Magic.
Neymar for Messi. And Marcelo steps in. Ball kicks off. Carvajal. Khedira battling for it. An overhead. Almost scorpion-like flick from Iniesta. And it leads to this collision.
Yeah, there's nothing here. Sergio Ramos, it's a fair ball for him to attack. And he gets Neymar on the follow-through. And he goes in with his elbow down low, so the referee's not going to call anything in dangerous play. How much of it was intentional? Hey, it's a Clasico.
There, another one.
That one, yeah.
Forearm shiver, and Ramos in the books.
Well, this one is cynical, and he comes through the Brazilian this time. It seems unquestionable, but he's still protesting anyway. Just moments later, he comes through with a bit more intense and type of scenario for him to adjust to.
15th minute. You mentioned nearly 500 million people around the world, including reportedly up to 70 million here in the States. And I'd like to welcome all of you north of the border. Be in sportplay.ca. Coverage also available. Came in tied with Carlos Puyol for most Clásicos ever, along with Miguel Puyol on the bench today. So in all competitions, Xavi now the king of the hill for Barcelona.
Neymar running into cul-de-sacs again. Good protecting from Real Madrid.
Hernandez for Fabregas. Maybe by intent, wide for Adriano. Neymar can shoot, but fakes back to his left.
Magic.
Cuts back to his right, but a bouncer into the arms of Lopez.
Beautiful hesitation. Thought he might have played the little dagger ball in with his left, but he pulls it back onto his right. Right here. Wonderful. Going one way and then going the other. His shadow kind of keep up with him. He's moving that quick within it. Since the Civil War, of course, never ever fades.
Johan Cruyff famously refused Real Madrid to go to Barca and then named his son Jordi.
Magic.
Out wide, Neymar tucks it in, and he's on the board. What a way to start his Clasico career.
The Brazilian pounces, and it's a beautiful goal. And he knows it. Marcelo knows. Bringing Neymar to a footballing match is like bringing a gun to a knife fight. Brilliant by Iniesta. The setup is beautiful. He's onside. He's dead level with Pepe. He raises his flag. No. Beautiful ball from Iniesta. Wonderful game, and that ball is heavenly from Iniesta. And a beautiful touch on. It made it come up a little bit off of Varane. But it doesn't matter. From this angle, we'll see it takes a fortuitous little touch. But the ball from Iniesta, when you people with your fancy smatchy machines go back and take a look, it is superlative. Absolutely brilliant from Iniesta to set up the brilliant Neymar. What a goal.
5-0 shellacking a few years back. So Barca has to realize Real Madrid will likely get on the board, and that's why that miss from Messi could prove costly.
Problems with the injuries, so there's plenty of time for Gareth to readjust.
Neymar.
But this man is just starting to fluff his beautiful football in feathers.
Xavi looks right, looks left.
Fabregas, and just not being picked out yet again by Javier Hernandez. Look at this run, and this little piece of genius right there, from one foot to the other, and there you see he's clearly onside. And then there's a little fortuitous touch right off of Khedira. And Carvajal, it seemed to be, excuse me.
Now for Busquets, midway through this opening half. Back to Mascherano. No one has won more points from behind than Ancelotti's Real Madrid. They're going to have to try and do it again here.
In the early going of La Liga, Phil, I think it's fair to say that Real Madrid, impressively by Barcelona, and Alves steps in He says enough of that.
Sees Neymar, curls it around Pepe, but forces him wide. Barca will build from the flank, but on over. Oh. Former Lens defender gets toasted, but back quickly.
So quick over those first 2 yards. Poor ball.
Forces the bad pass from out. Iniesta slides wide to the left. That means Neymar is not, but he curls back over against Carvajal. Sees the run of Adriano, but well covered by Bale. Just over 13 minutes remain in first half regulation.
And Real Madrid, Bale is going to be relying on that pace and space on that far side, and he ain't coming.
Neymar on Carvajal, leads him to the inside, deflected away from Messi by the defensive.
The oncoming pressure, like he's wearing a pair of slippers.
Neymar,
good ball.
Is he on? No. And Real Madrid a bit fortunate.
Well identified from chameleon eyes, picks him out straight away, and he's a half a step, a half a lean over the back line, and that's good refereeing again. Jackrabbit quick from Neymar, and lynx eye vision from Xavi Hernandez.
Sloppy pass that caught Ronaldo unawares. Messi. Upended Neymar.
Carvajal,
and the ref saw nothing.
It's a brilliant ball from Messi, and it looked like Carvajal is blind by it. He's looking the other way, but Neymar vehemently protesting. I thought in late time that Carvajal comes across. This player really defies description so many times, but it's magic by Cristiano to set up that cross for Sami Khedira, who I told you always arrives very late and usually meets the train at the station. It's a brilliant save by Victor Valdez when we look at it again, people. Amazing. Now, was there a handball?
Be there. And the first half to a close. They'll be with you in a moment. But what a first half. Edge of the seat. Not quite ready to jump off of it yet, but Neymar has put Barcelona in front.
Incoming wonderful run provided by Sami Khedira. And that was pretty much it. What?
Over a 2.5-year stretch. It's been 8 months since these two sides have played. That's practically eternity compared to recent years, but things had gotten so heated that Iker Casillas might be leaving. There's Victor Valdez as well, has said he wants out, but what a performance this year. Neymar
nicely
wants it back. Instead, it's Messi.
Takes it off Xavi.
Far side, Valdez tries to chip, deflects off Marcelo.
I think it was for Xavi. Another runner from Barcelona comes in and takes it away. Look out.
Neymar to the goal line. Covered. Bit of a limp as he gets back into position. He's already put his name on the scoreboard, but I guarantee you, Martino would love to keep him out. Saying you're a big guy. Dropping it in. He's found his feet. But he also found the hands of Lopez, who screamed. Mendy could be loosening up on the sideline.
Here's that wonderful ball from Iniesta, excuse me. I thought it was Mascherano from the back, but a brilliant ball drops into a thimble. It's like putting a pint of beer into a shot glass, and he does it. Iniesta puts it on an altar for Neymar.
Messi keeps it alive to Fabregas. Onside Neymar around Varane, but he sweeps wide with those long legs to send it out for the corner.
Beautiful touch into the box here from Fabregas, leads him beautifully, and then this is brilliant from the French.
Carvajal streams.
Good ball!
Almost threaded through for Neymar, but Carvajal got there first.
Carvajal, beautiful cover. Another tremendous ball from Messi, which was close to being perfect, but great play from the Real Madrid youth man.
Bangs off it on, it slows the pace just enough. Screaming for a handball. Instead, the boot of all jokes, perhaps, at least for now. 70. Piqué lugs it up here. Wide for Neymar. Trying to drag to the goal line and cross. Instead, the ball back for Iniesta. Deflected and over Lopez's net.
The quickness of
Song, the 26-year-old Cameroonian, brought over from Arsenal last year. Not the greatest of debuts, but he's looked much better this season. Here's Neymar, spots the run. Sanchez in a foot race, inside but on. back to his right foot. The chip, absolutely magical. The Camp Nou erupts as Barcelona in front by 2.
Was just being bedazzled by right foot genius and discourse. And it's from the wonderful Electric Sanchez, who could light up the grid of Spain after this. Brilliant holding. He's got Varane dead to right, and he chips the goalkeeper. He puts this one with this rainbow pass in the pot of gold. It's magisterial. There's no other word for it. He's got it all to do, and he's accurate to the nth degree. He's off running like he's got a lobster down his shorts, but then he puts the ceramic brakes on and then takes verbals like Mussolini at the balcony from Cristiano, but you can fully understand it. Oh, good play. Brilliant here. Ceramic breaks, and he emasculates Ronaldo here. Sees the target, but look at this pullback here for Xavi, who just peeled away from Marcelo like skin on a tangerine. The ball isn't delivered. Neymar getting a hero's reception, thunderous applause. A man that steps up to the pressure in a way that totally eclipsed his opposite debut man, the world record signing Cristiano.
As it goes, but Barcelona scored more. Marcelo with the touch. They're going to say off Messi, but the whistle blows not for
Barcelona at home, Phil. They were tremendous, and Neymar magisterial.
More of the recap, the raw emotion on the post-game show. Kay Murray standing by. Corey Gibbs, Bodo Wildner, Ian Joy, and we'll even pop in to share our thoughts. Don't forget Extra tonight as well to wrap up the entire day. But the post-game to the Clasico comes your way next. The final score from the Camp Nou. It's Barcelona 2, Real Madrid 1.